Do you think you could handle driving one of those tractors like we saw being built? All right, let's do it. So we got through the factory tour. We made it out here into the field, and I'm standing here with Kevin from AGCO. We're standing in front of one of their new 700 series tractors. They've also got some 1000 series tractors and some sunflower tillage equipment out here. We're gonna test these things out and see what they're all about.
Yeah, so we're actually out here in the field. We have training going on during the summer, and this week's training is going to be on the new MT700 as also the Challenger 1000. They're very similar as far as in the cabin user interface, so that's why we kind of pair the trainings together, and we're really excited. They're our two newest high horsepower tractors, so we're excited about them.
And this one here, this is a 743 also?
Correct.
So these two are both 743s. They're a 430 engine horsepower tractor?
Yep.
Let's take them for a drive.
All right. Yeah, it's on low, so if you went up on it, it'll show you kind of like a car does. Yeah, now you're at 62.
There we go. So this has got a large built-in screen, kind of like the new, I forget what the Deere monitor is. You don't mind if I compare some stuff to Deere,
That's fine.
do you?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I know, I guess.
Yep.
You're going to have to teach me how to run this thing.
Yep. CVT transmission. What you'll do is on the back, you'll feel a propel engage button, we call it. That's just to get us going. So it's kind of a two motion. If you put your hand on there, you'll feel it. Yep. But you just got to do that to get going the first time. Okay. And then it's forward is forward, back is slow down, and then you see there's a 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here with this switch. That's how aggressive you're going to speed up and slow down. So at 4, when you press forward, it's really going to go. Okay. If you go down to 1, when you press forward all the way, it's going to go really slow as you speed up, so that you can fine tune how you like it.
So it's not like a gear shift at all. It just adjusts the lever you're working with.
So you'll see your step come up. Yep.
Okay, so then the stick stays with wherever you had it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's different out the back. On the Deere, you can see the tracks out the back.
Sure,
It's just different to look at.
And then if you notice, like clicker down to 1, now when you press all the way forward, you won't speed up as fast.
Ah, okay, yep, you can feel that.
Yeah, since you're on 1, it's going to be a very slow ramp down.
Okay.
If you go up to 4 and pull all the way back, it'll really slow you down.
So you got to hold it there.
Yep.
Okay.
And then it'll automatically go into a park brake.
What am I looking at over here?
So that's your hitch control. So you can see you can have your quick jump for raise and lower, or you have your manual set point.
So it's that's all the 3-point control there.
3-point hitch. Yep.
Okay. Computer, pretty much everything's on there.
Exactly.
All your information.
Yep, everything's through here. What you can do is, we have a Quartile system where you have kind of 4 independent screens, but any one you can blow up and take over the full screen if you want.
Say you hook a planter to this. If you've got a white planter hooked to this, do you have a separate planter that's got to go in here, or can you control the planter all right on this?
You can control like an ISO planter through here.
Okay.
Yep. So you click on, what you want each one of your screens to be. In one of them, you can make your planter. And then if you want to run in the corner, it can. If you want to jump to it to be a full screen, you can. Any one of these.
When I get in the rig over there that's got the sunflower behind it, how do I handle that up and down here? So just the same as hydraulic levers here?
Yep. So you got your fingertips here. There are 2 here, 2 hydraulic valves on the joystick as well. What we end up teaching and what a lot of our customers like is the headland management sequences. So this go and end.
Okay.
So we'll set up, and I'll show you how to do it on one of the implements, but say you want to set up a headland management sequence. So coming to the end, you want to slow down, pick up the implement, and then as you turn, you'd want to engage your guidance, drop your implement down, and hit your cruise speed. Yep. You can do that all by just hitting the 1 button.
Hit the 1 button.
And it takes off the sequence. And you can
hit end on the end.
Yeah, go and go.
Around, hit go.
Yep, exactly. And you can record it. You can have it record you, so it just mimic exactly what you did, or you can manually type in, after so much time I want the next sequence to go, or so much distance, then engage the next sequence, or every time I click it I want to engage the next sequence.
Now is that another Is that an expensive option to get that?
No, it comes with.
It comes with. So
the only option inside of that would be the automatic headlamp. And what that'll do is instead of having to press the goer end as you come in or go out, once you hit your field boundary that you set at your headland, it'll automatically engage your headland
without having to do
anything.
So that on deer they call that iTech.
Sure.
But it's really expensive to get the computer functions to do it.
Sure. Yep.
On this, it's automatically
part of built into the system.
It is.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
A major focus on this new generation of the 700 was ride and comfort.
Yep.
So we designed this tractor to be a two-track tractor, and that's it. There's not a wheeled version or anything like that. So the design of it, the balance of it, the weight of it, the design of it is for tracks only. And we've always felt we've had really good ride in a two-track. If you look, I can show you some of the details on the mobile track system underneath with the pivoting bogies. But we kind of took it a step closer, up from there with the comfort. We changed the complete hard bar suspension and new cab suspension as well, and we really feel like we've raised the bar from, because that was one of our big complaints with anybody with track tractors is they're good in the field, they float and ride good in the field, but again, to and from going down the road, it can really throw you around and bang you around, and this we think we took to a new level of comfort.
This is not a 1000 series rigid frame tractor with tracks on it.
Exactly.
This is an entirely different machine.
Entirely different machine. Yep.
Got air-cooled seats. Got a little hammer over there to break the window off.
That's right.
In case you go in the water.
You have a little too much fun, right? The next generation of CVT as well. So it's a single range. There's only one single range to it.
Single range transmission.
Correct. Yep. And we basically redesigned everything in the drivetrain to handle a lower RPM.
Okay.
So instead of, if you want to manually put it up, instead of going all the way to 2100 RPM, 1700 is all you're going to get to. And so everything is geared for 1700, because you may run a competitive tractor in that range, like 1700 RPM is all you need in the field.
Right.
But your hydraulics, are slowed down, your cooling is slowed down, everything is geared for 2100.
Yep.
Here it's geared for 1700. So here you'll actually run 1400 RPM in the field.
Sure.
And still have
17.
Exactly.
So is that when you did that now, were you trying to get away from, is it cab sound or fuel savings?
Both.
Both?
Absolutely. Both. Yep. Efficiency and noise. Yep.
And easier on parts.
Easier on parts. Its longevity lasts a little bit longer too. Yep.
Okay. Let's go try out some of that tillage equipment.
Let's do it.
What does fuse mean? Connected by fuse.
Fuse is our technology division.
Okay.
So all of our auto guide, you can actually see in the training here, they have the Field Command Pro, the Ag Control, so that's our variable rate, all of our variable section control technology, guidance technology is all housed under the Fuse brand.
Okay, is that an AGCO brand?
That's an AGCO brand.
It is, okay.
Yep. The idea being, we want to be able to ideally work with everybody from a technology standpoint.
Yep.
So whether that's a third party, guidance systems, we like to try and have an open architecture and share with them, so that's easier for farmers to be able to connect the different pieces on what they have on the farm with our equipment.
It's your turn to drive now, Onyx. There we go. There's our auto steer line, must be over here. That's the direction it's going to take us. Then we're going to drop the implement, hit go again. That is set deep. The lower RPM transmission and how it would run less RPM. But boy, it's really noticeable. It sounds in here to me, from coming from a Deere guy or a traditional transmission guy, it sounds like it doesn't have the horsepower to pull this, but it does. There's no traction issue. If it needed more horsepower, it would ramp itself up to 1800, but it just doesn't need that. I'm going to play with the hydraulics here and see if I can raise it a little bit, just to test that theory's correct on me here. But it's definitely different. See if I can see. There's my old track. Okay, so there's my straight track there. It's got a screen similar to the Deere. I'm going to mess around with the screen here, Onyx.
What?
I think we're in, no, let's see, okay. Okay, there, now we're in park. So how do I get, there's our big screen. Okay, so I'm not sure which hydraulic is on it. We'll just forget about that then. And we'll just take off and head back. Okay, so I've got I'm gonna throttle up a little bit.
Go full speed.
Go full speed.
Yeah.
And I gotta push this button back here and go forward. And then hit go. That brings us to our auto steer line. So the auto steer's on, hit go again. That'll drop the machine for us. And then I hit it a third time and it's supposed to, there it did.
Is that for speed?
It's jumping us to our speed, yes. It's a comfortable tractor. Plenty of leg room. I'm 6'3". I got plenty of leg room here for my steel-toed CrossFit shoes. We got space back here, similar to the deer. I know I keep comparing things to the deer, but that's because that's what I know. I'm just kind of checking out the cab. How's that seat, Donix? Is it comfortable? Cup holders in the back of that, so it folds down. It's pretty skinny. Good thing you are too, though. We got sun visors. Our hookups are up here instead of down here. We got a lot more room to swivel the seat way over and sit to the side on this. Got a little bit less room in the console here, but this console swivels with me just like the deer does. Plenty of cup holders. Not a ton of space behind the seat. You're pretty well into the window right behind the seat, which is different than the deer. We're gonna make one more round here, Onyx. I want to inspect this tractor a little more. It's got an old sunflower implement behind it, old sunflower field cultivator. He did mention they're not selling sunflowers out here. This thing is for training. We're here to concentrate on the tractor, and this has got a wide implement behind it. It does steer nice. It's got a little bit more, it's a little bit stiffer on the steering wheel than the deer, which is okay. Doesn't bother me a bit.
Oh, there's a big one.
That is a little bit of a bigger one. The fenders in the back here definitely look a lot bigger. I can't see the tracks back here, which is weird for me. The hitch looks pretty strong. It looks bigger from inside here. I think it's just the way the fenders are built. I do really like the way that the fuel cell is sort of flattened out there so you can walk on that, wash the windows, get to the roof, get to the lights. I do like that. It's tight. It is quiet in here. The controls are all pretty easy to get to over here, which is just different than having them over on the side console the way that I'm used to. There is definitely more visibility out the right side and more swivel room over here. Maybe a little bit, maybe slightly less visibility out the front. The exhaust seems a little bit bigger. The hood is definitely a little bigger. The steps seem to be a little bit bigger than they are on our 8000 series deer. The window's a little closer to the seat, quite a bit closer actually. There's less room, considerably less room behind the seat here. You've got a lot of storage space back there with the deer. That isn't so in this tractor. Definitely less room to put our tools down there in this one. So maybe we'd gather tools over here. Look at that. This must have gotten stolen from the Pentagon. Fold that down once.
Oh.
Yeah, hold on. I'll bet you could put 6 packs of soda in here. Or juice boxes. Okay, here's the situation I've got right now. I got to the end. Technical difficulties. Yes, I can't get this giant robot to do exactly what I want it to do. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure this out. I found it. It's right here. It's automatically set up. I pulled that back a little bit and she shot into the air. Let's get this thing turned around now if I can figure out how to reverse. Probably a lot of people out there that have a tractor like this or have driven one or are just smarter than me. So it's definitely running a little bit more RPM now that I took all the automatic functions off, but I'm not positive. I might have the implement set lower. It looks pretty deep, but it did before also. What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Well, tonight we're gonna go watch the Lucas Oil late models and the 360 sprint cars here in town at the Jackson Motorplex. So we got some relatives in the area. We're gonna visit with them, and then tonight we're gonna go watch some late model action. Overall, a nice riding tractor. I do like it. It is comfortable in here. It is quiet. The climate controls are nice.
It's got a cooler, a lot of space.
It's got a cooler, or
It's got more space.
I think it's just a place to put things. I don't think it is a cooler, but I got excited for
That's
it.
what.
It's got plenty of vents. It doesn't have the vents in the console here like the Deere. I do like those ones. Sometimes it's nice to get a little bit of air, you know, directed at your seat on hot days. If you know what I'm talking about, guys.
Except there's nothing on this one.
There's nothing on this one. That's all right. We'll drive around in the grass. It's big. Those are big tires on a rigid frame tractor. So these ones are not made here in Jackson, where the track versions are. These 700 series are. The 1000 series is made overseas. I believe they said in Germany. You can't get in that side, dude.
Why is there a ladder?
So you can wash my windows. Initial thoughts. It looks big out front. This is way out here. That's nice. Foot room. Holy smokes. I can't even hardly reach the window with my toes. Foot room is big. There's a little bit less room over here versus the track tractor. Had a ton of room over here. Definitely more room behind the seat in this. Still not as much as the John Deere, but quite a bit more than that track tractor. What, buddy?
This one's got weird stairs.
Weird stairs, huh? This looks like a more comfortable seat for you. All right, let's fire this thing up. Sounds different. There you go. Again, it's quiet. Pretty quiet in here. You can hear the air controls running.
Don't get
The seat
cooler
pulls
on
out
this
nice.
one. Don't get cooler.
I'm not sure I'm a big fan of the controls and the gauges on the wheel like this. The vents, cooling and heating vents, are way up front here. It's nice to have them in front of you, but I would certainly prefer them in the ceiling, the way the Deeres have them and the way the 700 series has it. That way you can aim it more at you. The console's identical to the 700. Correction single, okay. Okay.
What's this?
We'll just go with that.
Like the weird
This is, I would assume this is the cabin filter, just like in the Deere. Oh, there is some heating and cooling vents back here. That helps. Visibility to the hitch. Again, the fenders are bigger on this, but it does have large tires.
You could put your tools behind the seat.
You could put some tools behind the seat this time.
Or you could stick your wrenches like right underneath here.
Yep, the hood is massive. The hood is really large compared to the 8000 series that I'm used to. The tires are as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not moving. What's going on?
The seat's more comfortable.
Hold this button. Hold this button. Oh, it's got park brake on somewhere, I think.
What's
Looks like a foot pedal. Yep, I see it. I should try it. So then I just use that pedal, that little pedal over on the far right. Okay. Hang on, Onyx, we're going. Foot pedal's not going anywhere. There we go.
Can I drive it?
Okay. Well, they had it in foot pedal mode, whatever that's called. There's a little button over here. You can set to run it on foot pedal, so I am steering it here, speeding it up and down with a pedal, just like a car.
That goes
When I
fast.
slow down, it takes off. Or when I lift up, it slows down. When I push it down, we go fast. Is that funny?
Never went this fast in a tractor.
Wow. That does take off.
That's fast.
Visibility, you know, it's good. I can't see anything down here compared to
This
our
is
Deeres.
burnouts.
Hang on, Onyx. I can't see anything down here compared to our Deeres with a narrower hood and narrower tires. There's no visibility down here like there is on the Deers. So it does seem bulkier. Some of that's the hood, or some of it's the tires, a lot of it is the hood. The fuel tank's definitely more in the way up here. Visibility's not as good out the side either. To the rear on the implement, I'd say overall visibility compared to the Deer is a little bit less for sure. But definitely a comfortable tractor. It's quiet. The controls are all well within reach. I'm just gonna stay out of there. But there isn't a storage space under here, I don't think, is there?
No, I already tried that.
You already checked?
But there is this little, it's tiny.
Oh yeah, little spot there. There's a lot of room over there to put a cooler full of snacks. Okay, now he said to push this, turn that off, and now it's not on pedal. So now it shifts just like the 700 series.
Now are you able to floor it?
I do like the constant speed transmission. It's just definitely taking some time to get used to. It is similar, but yet definitely different than the IVT transmission that I'm used to on the Deer. I don't think we better have you driving, Onyx. So when I let go of the pedal, it does come to a full stop. Step on the pedal again. There we go, and we can get up to speed in a hurry. Hit that pedal. We could almost do a burnout, Onyx. Yeah, this thing drives nice. If I was driving quick speeds or driving down the road, this does drive really nice, or feels like it drives nice at a higher speed. There's more machine here around the steps. It's a little bit more claustrophobic getting in and out. Not a big deal. Again, just an observation. Definitely bigger. It sits higher. The hood is taller. The tires are massive on this one. The door's up higher. It's a smooth tractor. 35 down the road?
Yeah.
What did the 700 series do?
24.
24, so they are a little slower.
So 40K and 50K.
Okay.
It is.
That's a really smooth tractor.
Ride and comfort is really been a high selling point on that tractor.
Sure. Yeah, that was fun. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Thank you.
It was a lot of fun.
It was. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Come
Glad
down
you guys could come
tour
down.
and everything.
Absolutely.
Well, that was a ton of fun. Thanks to the guys from AGCO, especially to Jay and Kevin for letting us drive those tractors and taking us through the tour of this place. We're gonna run in there and find ourselves some apparel at the store. Thanks for watching, guys.